Hello, Dandavats, and greetings, dear friends and devotees. So, after becoming frustrated with trying to hook up onto the Skype chat today with Sripad Madhusudan Maharaj and our Irish friends, and a couple of times it's happened recently, the password thing, and I just end up in an endless loop with Microsoft. Enter your password, enter these stupid numbers and letters and blah blah blah, and it just kept going on, and I just got really frustrated with it. So anyway, gave up, couldn't be bothered, and I'm sitting there kind of frustrated, sitting there and thinking, bloody phone call. And then I remembered, the ancient technology and the tapasya involved in a phone call. So let me take you back briefly, if I may, on a journey back in the time of Srila Guru Maharaj in Navadip Dham, when things were getting started and set up, and little centres here and there starting to sprout up, and all the new devotees and new devotees and new old devotees who had come to Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Govinda Maharaj for assistance and guidance and support in their new adventure, as they were more or less homeless after leaving their previous home and temples and centres to start anew under a new breath of life. So anyway, the phone call. Wait, you hear this now, the phone call, right? So Sri Padmahananda Prabhu would call me and say, Pran, gotta go and make a phone call. I says, okay, no problem. So here we go, right? This is what it entailed. So generally it entailed the 6:30 train, or the 6 o'clock train, wherever it was back then, to Calcutta. You arrived there at like 9:30 in the morning, and you would either take the bus or walk a little bit and catch the ferry across, from Fairley Place across to the GPO, the General Post Office, where you would humbly book your telephone call, which would generally be given to you at around anywhere 2, 3, 4 o'clock if you were lucky. And you would have a time, and that would be your call, your time to make the call, right? So, boom, you go there, let's say 5 o'clock, humbly smile at the nice big fat Bengali man or lady behind the desk, produce your little ticket for your booked call, and they would point you indignantly over to booth 5. So off you went, booked 5, pick up the phone, hello, and of course, we didn't think much of it then, but it was definitely like, what you call those things, like the telephone center, little, the switchboard. So they were talking to you to tell you your call is through now, or put your call through, or whatever. So they could definitely listen if they wanted to, but we never considered that. But anyway, the thing is, you made your phone call, right? Usually to London or America at that time. These were the 2 budding centres, and there was always need for advice, consultation, or the latest news. So anyway, I make the call, connect with the person, whoever it is, get the latest news or whatever the message was, or convey the message that was given to me to convey. Right? So then, boom, out of the post office, bang, ferry, back to Ferry Place, across the Ganga to Howrah, onto the 6 o'clock train, back to Navadip at 9:30 in the evening. Boom, up to Mahananda, or Srila Gurudev, or whoever caught me first, and I would convey the message. One telephone call. So, you're talking up at 5, back at 10, half 9, 10. Of course, Prasadam never tasted as nice as that evening, as those evening remnants. And if you were lucky and you did actually got in at half 9, the nice 15-minute rickshaw ride, which was always heavenly, through Navadip from the train station, with the wonderful sounds and smells and scents and colours softly caressing your mind from the day's turbulence. And then, you come into the Mott just before 10, and with a bit of luck, the remnants of the Prema Dhamma Deva Stotram would be ringing in the air, or some wonderful devotee chanting the Chaitanya Charitamrita in the evening. Anyway, once you enter those gates, you are home, and it's a home like no other. And so anyway, boom, there you go. Prasadam, hot milk, yay! And then, off to bed, because everybody else would be crashing anyway at that time. And, depending on the time of the year, if it was non-festival time, there would only be a handful of Westerners there. So anyway, into bed, and the next day comes. And, I'm not exaggerating, and I would, as I usually do, and it's not really exaggerating, it's just adding spices and flavour to the story. But very often, that service would be performed 3 or 4 times a week sometimes, for a phone call, to make a phone call, to receive a phone call, to pass a message, to receive a message, all in the service of Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Govindadev Goswami Maharaj. So yes, so today and, last week and the week before, I was, frustrated and pissed off about the technology of a little Skype call where, Madhusudan Ramraj would be talking from Chiang Mai in Thailand, and there would have been a group of our Irish friends, which you can see, in little boxes on the screen. And it's just amazing, the technology today compared to then, when a little telephone call was required. I know it sounds weird, we're saying back in the day, but that's the way it was. So anyway, I'm more than fortunate and grateful to have completed that task. I don't know how many times, hundreds of times. But anyway, there we go. My dandavats and blessings to you all. I hope you enjoyed a little story of yore, and appreciate the wonderful technology that you all enjoy and probably take for granted today. Nitai Gaura Haribol, Nitai Gaura Haribol. Pranashish signing off. Back soon.